Hey guys, Chaz Pippett, Baseball Rebellion. So this is Henry again, swinging metal. And most of the time, I don't have guys swing metal bats in my lessons, regardless of age. Frankly, because I think that metal bats have really slowed down the progress of a lot of people with these, drop 13 big barrel bats, where everybody's a good hitter. I think it gives a real false sense of accomplishment to the young players in America today, and leads to some really bad hitting problems when they get into high school and even into college. So once they face good pitching. So I did have Henry hit with his metal today because I wanted you guys to see for the article what his swing would look like more so in a game with the tools that he uses to play. Like we've talked about lots of times on Baseball Rebellion, we believe in training with wood. If the sweet spot's smaller, the bat's heavier, you have to use bigger muscles. But I wanted everybody to see how the metal bat translates to the game for Henry and how much easier he's able to handle it. Now, Henry is a normal 6-year-old kid. This is just a random round of batting practice that I'm going to play for you guys. That's unedited, and you'll see what he does. He has some balance issues occasionally, but you're going to see a really nice fast swing. So Henry moves forward. And that's a bullet. He's smashing that ball. And you can see Tom in the background looking on. So obviously Henry's rocking the mohawk still, but he gets under a few balls and he has some balance mistakes. And I thought it was important to show that because I think sometimes people can think kind of the wrong thing about online stuff, and you don't maybe get the full picture of how people really hit and how people really move. But I think it is really important that people really understand that little kids can learn this. Okay, you see the front leg straightening nicely, back leg coming through. His hands are a little bit out in front or further than we want them to be, but you're going to see that nice finish with a complete turn, low finish that proved the upward path. That's what we're looking for as he moves forward into the swing. Okay, you see his hands stay nice and high, upward extension through the ball. There's no recoil in the body. Good extension. Henry's doing a lot of things correctly in these videos. And even when he lost his balance there, he's still working on having that big straight step. So as you can see, he gets a little bit back toe to front heel, and he's a little bit overstriding here. But again, this upward extension idea where the hands are staying nice and high, and as he comes through, you see how his hands work upward relative to the background. So if you look at the mirror in the background right here, the base of the mirror, his hands are even with the base of the mirror. And if I just shake my mouse right there as I move this, you see how his hands work above that. And that's consistent with what the best players in the world do. Upward extension is extremely important. I tell guys all the time, you want to hide your bicep from the pitcher. Now, Henry has enormous biceps, so it's really important that he does that because I don't want the pitcher to get scared when Henry's hitting. But Henry's doing an awesome job in this program. He's worked extremely hard. And again, there's still room for improvement. His back heel could be higher, but you're going to see a complete turn from a young kid, and that's kind of the point. We're all here to get better, and we're all here to work on maintaining this learning process. You see the front side really drive back. Kids can learn this stuff. You saw Henry's eval video, and you see where he's at now. This grades out extremely well, especially for his age. It grades out astronomically well. And the point is, he's not, being forced to do this. He loves lessons. He looks forward to it every single time he comes. I actually get to see him today, so I'm excited about that. Henry's a big part of our program. When I had a lot of guys down for my Mashers invitation-only clinic for Baseball Rebellion, and we had guys from all over the country, 9 or 10 states come in. And, Henry happened to come in for a lesson that day. So in the morning, those guys would hit, the Baseball Rebellion guys would hit, and then they were just kind of around all the rest of the day, and they would work in with some lessons and stuff. And Henry was hitting, and these guys were taking out their phones and taking video because they couldn't believe, that this young kid was doing some of the stuff that they were doing at an extremely high level. You can see him tracking the ball in with his nose. You see the bent front knee. You see the straightening out of the front leg. You see the back leg moving nicely, completing the turn. That's a lot of great stuff. Henry, you've worked extremely hard. I'm extremely proud of you, and you're a huge part of the Baseball Rebellion.